we're allowed to be as inventive and creative as we want, and there's really no limits to it. Also, we can either try to make them as realistic as possible, or again, like I said, we can go with the creative aspect and just make a unique experience. I think with today's technologies, video games have become a utopia for men, and we're able to use these mental aids and devices to free ourselves from the bonds of society and our roles that we once have to be obligated to do, while the female collective doesn't have any responsibilities or have to take agency for anything. Once where men wanted to frontier the world, which I believe we kind of already conquered that feat, since there's really nowhere to go anymore, we've kind of touched all the flat land. We've started building up. Now that we've built up all our skyscrapers and cities and things of that nature, we have allowed women to infiltrate each and every one of our male spaces, and because of this, they've co-opted it and, of course, destroyed them one at a time. If you look at it, of course, work. Women want to be part of everything, but they don't want to do the arduous task to get there. I believe now that of course, a while ago we had Gamergate issues, women trying to encroach and rewrite the rules in the video game world. Of course, we stood fast because, again, I believe this is the last space for men to collectively be genuine with their feelings and thoughts. When I do play my video games and I'm online, the majority of players that I do connect with definitely are male, and just the ability to have open conversations and express oneself and thoughts without the female collective being there to sway the narrative or just to make any of the men think differently. Through these conversations, I've come to observe the difference between the guys that have been raised by their mothers and the guys that have been raised in two-parent households. Definitely the correlation between the emotional thinking and logical thinking. Of course, we're all playing these technical games, so we all have the abilities to think logically, but when speaking up on certain topics, due to confirmation bias, when we hit a certain issue, certain guys revert back to their woman brain, and they're unable to kind of rationalize. Most people use that argument of not all. I try to tell them once you get to that point, there's no longer a conversation to be had, because it's then null, right? Once you put it to the not all, that means that we have to know every individual, and since that's not possible or simply the case, then it just solidifies the end of the conversation. So, I believe that you're able to express yourself a lot more freely on these platforms, such as like game chats and Discord, Twitch servers, just different things of that nature. Because we're not face to face, but we're still a pair bonding species, and men are, of course, competitive, by nature. So due to this, I think video games and game chat's the perfect platform. I played with guys on my Xbox that for about 8 years now. I've never met them in person. We've never seen a picture of each other, but I can call a lot of these guys my true friends, honestly. We know the ins and outs of each other's daily lives, family members. I would say that we're closer to each other than most of my neighbors around in the surrounding neighborhood and in actual real life that I see on a day-to-day basis as I'm walking to my car getting ready to go to work. I think if men want to keep productive and and because of automation and just technologies, certain jobs aren't going to be there anymore, and certain ways of life are going to have to change. And due to that, I believe that we're going to have to keep a tight hold on these last frontiers that men have to explore, which is going to be video games and just other forms of technologies. If we allow our female counterparts to co-opt these avenues, which are kind of the last unexplored regions, then men will truly have nothing left to have any reason to be innovative or productive. I think without the ties or distractions of the female collective, men can strive to do and achieve great things. The creature comforts that we enjoyed today, definitely were, because of the imaginations and thoughts and by women's wasted times and efforts of men, but nevertheless, the results are there. So I think I'm rambling a little bit on this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. I really appreciate you guys for joining me. Again, the video topic, just men's last frontier technologies, and just tell me what you guys think. Once again, thank you guys for being here. Go ahead and push that like button, subscribe, and if you guys feel like the content's worth it, I really think we can have great conversations. If you guys will, please go ahead and put a comment down in the comment section if you guys want to go ahead and give me a suggestion for the next video. I really appreciate it. Once again, this is Urban MGTOW. Have a good day. Tell a friend.